At the beginning of the movie, an old man named Ichiro appears, and he bought a new house for his family. But it is clear that they are not happy and complain that the house is small, and smaller than all the houses around them. When he buys them sushi, they refuse to eat from it and go to the restaurant, and he has to eat alone. He is a simple employee in a mineral water company, and when he goes to work, the manager complains about his new project. It is converting water into an energy drink under the pretext that the company is losing money because of it, and Ichiro apologizes to him in front of all the employees, but his manager deliberately insults him. After a hard day's work, they see thugs robbing someone in the street. He is afraid to point it out and go back. He is surprised to find his daughter behind him, upset with him and accusing him of being a coward. When he leaves, he sits alone, sad, in front of his house, and a dog approaches him. It is clear that his owner got rid of him, because he has a paper with his name and the dog's name on it, and he is happy with the dog's friendship. But his wife is annoyed by the presence of the dog, and asks him to get rid of it immediately, and you will receive a report on the results of his medical examinations. It is written that he must do a final examination, and the examination result is shown and he knows the doctor's instructions. He has stage 4 cancer. He won't live more than 3 months. He feels hopeless and calls his wife to console him, but she ignores his call, and he calls his daughter and she also ignores his call. At dinner time, he tried to let his family know about his health condition, but each one of them is busy with something else. Even if they talk to him, they only talk to him to blame him for everything bad. They don't like it. And his wife, whenever she sees him, tells him that he must get rid of the dog. No one notices the amount of pain in his eyes and he takes it. The dog points and goes out, walking down the street, and he asks himself, I wonder what their reaction would be if they knew about this dangerous disease. He apologizes to Henka and tries to leave him in the street, but the dog follows him everywhere he goes, and he failed to get rid of the dog, and understand that there is the only thing in the world, the one who feels his pain and apologizes to him again while he cries hard. At that time, he finds another person close to him, whose name is Hiro. He was sitting in the garden thinking, and suddenly he saw them both. Bright light. It falls from the sky and has a strong impact on the ground. They are shaking and losing consciousness. He feels strange creatures moving around him, and it is above the morning. He finds a dog next to him and discovers that he has become. He sees well without glasses. He goes home to have breakfast with his family. He finds that he does not feel the taste of food and feels very thirsty. He runs to drink from the tap and goes to his room. He discovers that smoke is coming out of his left hand, and it turns into a big gun. His whole body begins to transform and open up in every direction. It appears that his entire body is mechanical parts from the inside. His body returns to normal as soon as his wife enters his room. Then Hiro appears. He is a student in the same class as Mary, Ashiro's daughter, and Hiro standing with his friend. He decided to show him the strength he gained the previous night. He shoots a bird with his finger and kills it from a long distance.
Whoa!
He takes his friend to a garage, and he shows his ability to control cars. With his mind and his body's mechanical parts, we return to his shell while he is out of work, and he sees a wounded dove standing on the ground. He holds her carefully and discovers that he can treat her easily. The pigeon returns completely healthy and the sound of pain is heard. He left the hospital and decided to go treat patients, and he finds a sick child who is about to die due to a severe illness. He puts his hand on the child's head. The child wakes up and returns healthy, just like a dove. He felt a sense of happiness when he saw the joy of the child's father and mother. And Hiro in school, he took another way to solve his problems. It is revenge on bullies and their harm. He is still thinking of killing one of them, but his friend Shoko stopped him and said, enough. Hiro's obvious bravery caught the attention of a girl named Cheyenne. She met Hiro on the way and confessed her admiration. Hiro thanked her for the compliment. Hiro lives a difficult life with his divorced mother alone. Her husband divorced her and married another woman. However, Hiro called him. She asked him to go to his father to check on him. He spends time with him, and Hiro goes to his father and spends time with him. Hiro noticed that his father's family was happy. His sisters from his father are happy and joyful, but he felt that they had stolen his father from him, and that made him even more upset. Hiro gestured towards them with his finger, hesitating whether to shoot them, but suddenly he stops with his father's smile, and Hiro walks in the street. He is crazy. He hears the sound of happiness coming out of the family's windows. He went to a random apartment, he didn't know its residents, and killed them all. While Shiro is in the hospital treating patients, he hears the sound of gunfire and runs quickly towards the sound, and he finds a girl with a bullet in her head. He tries to use his power to treat her, but he knows that the girl is dead. He can't treat the dead, and he walks between the rooms. Ashiro knows that this is the same person who was standing with her in the garden. Hiro sees Ashiro and shoots him immediately, but Ashiro, nothing happened to them. He left the house and stood watching Hiro as he flew away after that. Shoko and Hiro's friend. I doubt he is behind the murders. What happened last night? He confronts Hiro, but Hiro denies that he killed them. People die every day. There is no need to feel sorry for people you don't know. His friend is surprised by his words and is unable to accept them. He was afraid of Hiro and told him that we can't be friends. From now on, you are on your way and I am on my way. Then, Hiro goes to his mother and she asks him to go live with his father, because she discovered that she had a serious illness. There is no treatment for it, and the doctors told her that this disease is fatal. He hugs Hiro and his mother and tells her that he can't live without her. We go back to Ichiro as he returns from work with his wife. As soon as she saw him, she screamed in his face because of the lack of money. His daughter also blames him and tells him that he is not a good father. Koshiro gets upset and goes into his room. He began to doubt his greenness as a successful cap, and also as a hero he can save people from their suffering. He felt hopeless and helpless and looked out the window, and suddenly Hiro shines while flying. It is confirmed that he is behind all the crimes that happen in the city. He decided that he had to stop it because he had the same power machine and decided to try them, and he turns into a robot. He takes him there and flies and goes to the park and finds Choco. Hiro's friend is sitting there. He had talked to him about what happened to him and Hiro. Shoko said that he expects there to be aliens. They did a rebuild for you. You and Hiro, you both have the same special abilities. He decided to advise him to train and discover all the abilities he has, so he can stop Hiro. The next day, he and Shoko went to the junkyard. He prefers to practice shooting with his finger. It took a long time to train, but in the end it started to work. And the second side, Hiro went with his mother to the doctor. The doctor told them that the disease had completely disappeared from her. It is clear that this is the reason for Hiro's ability to heal diseases. Like Shiro, Hiro asked his mother to enjoy her life and compensate for everything she went through while she was sick. But their happiness does not last long, because the police arrived at Hiro's house and asked to question him about the murders. But he attacks the police and 3 of them die. He jumps from a high height and runs away and flies. The news of Hiro's escape and his pictures spread in the media. King of the streets and social media. Hiro is upset and can't find a place to hide, and Cheyenne meets him. She decided to take it and hide it in her house, despite its current status. Cheyenne took him to the house she lives in. She and her grandmother were alone because her father and mother died. We go back to Ichiro while he is training. It is clear that he discovered most of the power machines he has, but he feels tired from training and feels thirsty. And take a bottle. Mineral water from this company, and I think it's Choco. Water is important for their bodies, because they get thirsty after using weapons and drink their straws. Just a very sensitive palm. His done arm turns and water comes out of his body. Just like what happened with food before. Shoko understood that this was due to the sodium content in the water. It is what causes a malfunction in his body. They can change the percentages and use them as an advantage. After that, at night, Hiro was watching the news and saw his mother on TV. She disowns her son. She apologizes to all the people while crying, but no one sympathizes with her. Hiro bursts into tears and knows he has to pay for the crimes he committed. Unfortunately, his mother is also paying the price. All media and social media are attack Hiro and his mother. Hiro is shocked by people's reaction and opens the internet. He started reading the comments on the video. Any comment that is offensive will be shot through the computer screen, and the commentator dies through a screen. It caused the death of many people from all over the world, through mobile and computer screens. And Cheyenne noticed that Hiro wasn't sleeping at night, so she approached him. And you try to comfort him. Hiro said that he is responsible for killing all these people. He turns into a robot in front of her and tries to scare her and make her hate him. But Cheyenne refuses to believe that the person she loves is a murderer. Hiro takes her and flies in the sky and asks her if she is scared. She told him that nothing scared her except him staying away from her. Hiro knows the youth, the only person in the world who still has life left. He cares about her, loves her, and promises to protect her and stay by her side. When he sleeps, Cheyenne sits next to him and looks at him. She hopes he loves her as much as she loves him, and she go out to drink from the kitchen. She is surprised by an army of soldiers ready to shoot her, but Hiro hugs her and protects her. But the soldiers are constantly firing at the whole house. Bitter Hiro takes revenge on them angrily and kills them all. Then he discovers that Cheyenne died from several bullets in her body. We go back to Ichiro as he warns his entire family from the murders that happen, and he asks them to turn off their mobiles, but they don't listen to him and leave the house. Despite all the risks, a girl and Mary stand with her friend in a high place. They look down on the city from above. Note that Ichiro did it for himself on all the advertising screens. He told everyone that he would destroy the whole country to take revenge for his family, and everyone does not believe him and makes fun of him. He started shooting all the people. There were many victims everywhere. All the people panicked and ran away in a state of chaos. There is no place for them to hide from it, and he decided to pick up the signal and broadcast it to Shoko. He told all the people to turn off their phones and not look at any screen, but Hiro decided to attack. People directly and missiles hit the city in every direction, and caused explosions everywhere. Washiro can reach Hiro, and try to convince him to stop the crimes he is committing, but Hiro decided to attack Ichiro and Ichiro escaped and fly fast to the sky. War Hero flew and hit him with missiles, but Ichiro decided to make maneuvers. It flies between buildings and in tunnels, and the missiles explode immediately after that. But while they are flying, Ichiro hears his daughter Mary's voice. She is asking for help because she was hit by a missile, but Hiro prevents him from reaching her. They stand on the roof of a building and Hiro tries to drink water to recharge. But as Ichiro hits the water bottle from Hiro's hand, Hiro pushes him, takes his bottle and drinks it all, and he starts firing missiles at Ichiro, but his peel flies in the sky, and Hiro is behind him, firing large numbers of missiles, caused them to exit the atmosphere. After the maneuvers, old hero Ichiro arrived and took control of him. He decided to hit him directly in the face with a missile and finish him off. He fired a shot, but instead of launching a missile, water comes out of Hiro's arm, and this is the water Hiro drank from Ichiro's bottle, which had a high percentage of sodium, and it caused Hiro to crash and become weak. At this moment, Ashiro's arm turns into a gun. He fired a number of missiles at Hiro, knocking him to the ground, and quickly he goes to his daughter Mary and finds her lying on the ground injured. He tries to treat it several times, until she woke up and regained consciousness, and her father hugged her while crying. But suddenly, he gets a severe blow from Hiro. After he regained his strength and knew that Mary was Ashiro's daughter, he decided to take revenge on his daughter and shot her. He continued to beat and torture Ichiro. Then he took Maria to throw her out the window. The father is weak, hopeless, and helpless. He actually threw it from a very high height. But the father gets angry and uses all his energy and flies to save his daughter. Hiro tries to stop him and bumps into Ichiro in an attempt to hit him, but Hiro is crushed by the force. Now, he wants to save his daughter and flies at full speed towards his daughter. He was able to catch her and save her at the last moment. Her father hugs her and Maria wakes up to see her father with different eyes. And now he is in her eyes the superhero. Ashiro left her and went to help other people. Then the government announced Hiro's death. Even though they did not find the body, they returned to his house, and he has dinner with his family. Everything went back to normal except that his daughter started seeing him as a real hero. And Shoko appears on his way back home. He is surprised to find Hiro at home, and he is still alive, but his arm is cut off. Shoko is happy when he sees Hiro. He felt that he had changed. He said it's good that you stopped killing people. He offered to play a video game with Hiro, and while Shoko is looking for Hiro, he finds that he has disappeared again. This is the end of the movie. If you like the summary, click like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.